Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. If you had to pick one item you can have for long-term collapse of society, shtf, roll, whatever you want to call it. Stores are closed, you're not getting nothing. The only thing you're getting is what you are growing, producing, storing, and what you can trade with your neighbors. You got one 5-gallon bucket. What can you put in there? Now, I can't put seeds or tools or bullets, but what one commodity would you put in there? Would you put oatmeal? Would you put corn? Would you put wheat? I would put salt. Salt is very important for me. I have no salt mines around here and I'm far from the ocean. So after I use up my salt, I wouldn't have any. I'd have to try to trade them. But I guarantee you my neighbors would be out of salt way before I'm out of salt. So I'd be in trouble. So you need to start storing salt. It is so cheap. It's actually gotten a little bit more expensive. I remember buying these for 33 cents a piece, the iodized salt, and that's one I would recommend mostly. 33 cents. I remember buying it for 33 cents. Now they're like, I don't know, 75, 70. They've definitely gone up in price, and that's been over a long period of time. How do I store salt? Well, right now what I'm doing is I like the individual ones because they're very handy to use. But I also have stored the 25-pound bags. But for these little ones, I take it, put it on the counter, take some plastic wrap, and just roll it up, and then just fold the ends over. And then I take good old packing tape, and I tape the snot out of it. So this has served me very well, because this is easier if the wife needs the salt to grab one of these out. I have also then just put them on the shelf. Some I've put 2 of them in a Ziploc bag. But this is a great way to store it. I have stored it. I've taken a number 10 canner and put salt in a can. And I've done, I think, 2 cans like that and then sealed it up with the manual canner. And probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I don't know exactly what, those 2 cans totally corroded out. Salt was totally wrecked. I did open them up and took the big block of salt and put it out in the woods for animals to use if they're needing it. Most of my salt is in 5-gallon buckets. If you can see that. It is salt. There's 4 16-ounces in here, and there's 1 bulk 25-pound bag. And this was put in there May 2008. So that's like 13 years ago. 13 years. Now, I like to say I'm going to open it for the first time, but I actually just opened it to make sure I could get the lid off. Because I didn't want to spend forever trying to get the lid off. But there you go. You can hear that? I am so surprised. I have had some that you couldn't shake. You'd have to do this a few times and then it would break up and you could shake it. This stuff has stored wonderful. I don't know if you can see this, but Best Buy 3/13/2013. 2013. And I put this in 2008. This newer stuff is good till 2026. Best Buy, July 2026. So it's about 5 years. So salt is cheap, very cheap. Get you some free buckets. This bucket right here was free. This was from a bakery. It had frosting in it. So free bucket. Reuse the free lid. Very affordable. Salt, you better put salt back. If you have a few 100 pounds of salt back, you're on the right track. Salt is so cheap, you can use it for a million things. And if you're in an area there's no salt mines, if you're not near the ocean, this is something that you can trade. Imagine 2 years into a worst case event where commerce has completely collapsed and you're on your own with your neighbors and friends and family. 2 years from now, most people, if they're not a prepper, probably within a year or so, won't have any salt in their house. Now I know preppers do store this, but after a couple years most people will not, and your supply of iodized salt will be very valuable for yourself, and for trading and selling. So please put back the salt. A $40, $50 investment now will really help in the long term. Thanks for watching.